Hi there, and welcome to week 12 of our semester. This week we're moving forward with essay number 3, wrapping up your last analytical response, continuing with some Writer's Toolbox activities, and getting ready really to move into the portfolio in a couple of weeks. I wanted to just reflect back on week 11 and the rhetorical analysis of the Obama speech, and that was a really interesting one to read from people, and I enjoyed that quite a bit. You also submitted your topic proposals and have heard back from me. If you haven't heard back from me, you need to make sure that I've received your proposal and contact me now. You will not be added to a response group until you've got a approved topic. So please do make sure that you've checked your email, that I didn't have additional questions for you, that I don't need more information, and that your topic proposal specifically says topic approved at the end. And that means you'll be in this week's response group. Looking at week 12 ahead, it's pretty straightforward, I think, as far as what it is you're going to be working on. Here, let me close week 11. And we're continuing on with the American Dream, of course, and there's some reading for you to do this week related to that. And your analytical response is due this week. It is a little bit different. I want to talk about that briefly. The one thing first, though, the Writer's Toolbox activity this week is calling specifically for you to share your initial ideas about your topic and everything for essay number 3. You should post this after you've received my feedback on your topic proposal, and so that should be reflected in here. What you post here shouldn't be word for word your topic proposal that you submitted to me. I've made some suggestions, tried to guide you in a different way, and in this case your audience is your peers, and they will be reading your essay eventually, so please share with them what it is that your topic idea is, and I've explained here. I want you to sort of give us a synopsis, like if you were going to sell your essay to us or provide us with an overview. That's what you're including here. You might also ask some questions of your classmates if you have some questions about your topic that you think they might have some valuable insight into. And in responding in the toolbox, then there's some specific questions here for you to respond to people within your color group. So please do make sure to, you're going to have 2 posts this week for the toolbox, the Tuesday initial post describing your essay, and then you'll need to respond to your peers by Thursday. Okay. The other thing going on this week, week 12, is an analytical response. And this analytical response is going to be a little bit different. I want you've written 6 analytical responses this semester. And what I want you to do for number 7 is choose one or more of them that you're going to significantly revise and turn into a longer piece. Maybe add an introduction and conclusion, focus on a specific audience, provide more background on the topic, integrate some research from the research collections, sort of connect the dots and make it a more comprehensive, like sort of mini essay unto itself. And so you might choose just one of the analytical responses, or you might have 2 that are related to each other that you sort of want to combine for a common topic. This analytical response, of course, should be longer than your previous one. This is something that you might even consider eventually putting in your portfolio in addition to like 2 essays from this semester. So it's going to give you some flexibility for portfolio submission as well. So you'll be revising and sharing your new analytical response within your teams, and then of course providing feedback to each other. And this feedback is going to be a little bit more related to the actual way that the essay is or the response is written, in the idea of giving people sort of mini feedback to help them with revision in case this does make it into their portfolios. The final thing going on this week, you should be adding to the American Dream. This is your final week to add to those research collections, so please make sure to get those in there. Next week you'll be providing a self-assessment of your contributions, and we're going to begin with the essay conferences this week. And last week I explained the fact that we're doing all essay number 3 conferences by Google Docs. And so please make sure I've put the link even here in the assignment box to remind you to look and see what's required for a successful Google Docs conference. It's a little bit different than a face-to-face or a virtual conference. So if you've been doing face-to-face and virtual ones, you're going to need to make a little switch here in order to accomplish this, since we're going to have to carry the conversation out through other means. The final thing, if you want to look ahead, week 13 has what you're going to be doing for week 13, which is going to really begin with revision and stuff. I don't have the groups posted yet or things like that, but they will be, later this week. You can, of course, look though at the portfolio's overview. I actually have added a video to that to explain the portfolio process. So if you look ahead to week 13, you can check out the video where I talk through all of these resources and provide you an overview of what to expect for portfolio. Again, as a reminder, I'm out of town for this week, week 12 and week 13. I will not be around, but I will be back in week 14. And during week 14 and 15, I'm going to be having a lot of drop-in hours for people to drop by with essay revisions, information, things that they have questions about. I'll keep my virtual office link open at that time, and you can also email me during that time. So there'll be lots of ways to get feedback, or even call me on the phone. Imagine that. So we're going to be sort of winding things down at that point in time. So that's just a little peek forward at where we're going with things. Have a great week 12, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week on Moodle. Bye now.